I've always, from whatever little I've seen, Uruguayan footballers at the World Cup, they are
Mhm.
feisty and they would put up a solid fight. That's something that's sure.
Yeah, what you should read, there's a great interview by Sid Lowe, actually, it came out today in The Guardian, with
All right.
Edinson Cavani.
Yeah, and I saw
And
as I was going
yeah,
through a Twitter handle, I saw that bit that he had taken it out from the interview and he posted where he says that you just need to compete everywhere, whether you're playing on the ground, you're playing on the road, whatever.
well, that's basically it. Because when you end up covering Uruguayan football, you learn. Remember, he says the word compete. He doesn't say win.
Right.
And there's two. It's giving your all. It's going 100%. It's being demanded to give your all every single time when you step onto a pitch. He didn't say win,
Mm-hmm.
because people confuse the two. People conflate the two, thinking that the competing means winning. Yeah, of course, the point of competing is winning, but there's a higher priority to compete over winning,
Mm-hmm.
because just because you compete doesn't mean you win. Just because you compete doesn't mean you're successful. It means that you compete, you give your all, and therefore you can have the potential to develop further down the road, which is what Uruguayan football has been able to do. If you look at the past decade or so,
Mm-hmm.
and you start looking at the past decade of Uruguayan youth international sides, look at some of the players that have come out of those, and you start saying, "Wow, those are some incredible teams." I mean, you can even go back to 2007 when they had both Luis Suarez and Edinson Cavani playing. You right now you'd say, "Whoa, Cavani and Suarez in 2007 as 19, 20-year olds." You think that they were just destroying the world? No, they didn't win that competition. Argentina did, and Uruguay gets knocked out by the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Now, name me one U.S. player from that 2007 side. There's a couple. I'll let you figure it out which one of those are. But you start looking at okay, fine, yeah, we lost, but then you see the long run and what they've been able to do and what those names have been able to create in terms of legacy. That ends up being more important than whatever they did at the youth levels, because we've seen teams like Nigeria, teams like Ghana win at the 2000, at the 17 and 20s, but then at the senior level, sometimes not even qualify for the World Cup, or not be competitive enough in a World Cup. So that's what he means. He's like, hey, we're taught to give our all every single time we step onto a pitch. And whether it's barefoot, whether it's in the rain, whether it's, like you said, away from home or at home, wherever we go and we compete. And that's why Uruguay ends up being such a thorn in the side to many in World Cups. And that's why they've also been relatively successful if you look at their track record dating back to 2010.